Chicano power! Viva la raza! Remember that we're here in the spirit of unity. This is the first time that Raza Unida has met nationally. I think it is very good. I think we will succeed. I think that there is something very good in the future for our people. All we need is a measure of respect towards each other, and I think we can achieve a lot. Getting into the agenda.
As far as la Raza Unida in Colorado. And it is simply this: where we are in the majority, we will control, and where we are in the minority, we will generate awareness and create a pressure group that will lead to a better lives for our people. Early in August, we held our state convention in northern Colorado. At that time, a platform was adopted. At our state caucus yesterday, our delegation voted to present our state platform to you today as our list of priorities. And I'll now present that platform. The introduction. We believe it is man's right, inherent with his existence, to control and influence those factors that affect his life and his community. Only through control of his life and community can any person or group of people combat and overcome poverty, injustice, inequality, and racism. Furthermore, it is the duty and responsibility of all people and groups of people to seek control of their lives and their communities in a manner beneficial to the people that live in those communities. Therefore, it is the right, responsibility, and obligation of Chicanos, urban and rural, to seek and gain control of their lives and communities politically, economically, educationally, and socially. In accordance with this belief, it is our immediate declaration that all institutions, organizations, and agencies existing in or purporting to exist for Chicano communities become accountable to the people that are the basis for their existence. With this theme underlying our efforts and guiding our actions, we address ourselves to the following things. In the area of education, recognizing that the future lives of all Chicanos rest largely in the nature, purpose, and quality of education made available to Chicano communities, and reaffirming the unique social and cultural assets of Chicano communities, we believe the following. Foremost, that educational institutions and persons within those institutions must become accountable for their actions and for the quality of their services to the people and to the communities they are to serve. That an education from kindergarten to college, free of fees, charges of tuition, and independent of one's social and economic background, be made available to all people. That busing, desegregation, or policies of racial balance are not effective means of providing quality education for Chicano students. Rather, the following alternatives must be pursued. Legislation that guarantees each community, each Chicano community, within a school district, representation on local school boards. That the decision-making ability of Chicano communities be significantly increased in schools where Chicano students attend. That neighborhood schools must be strengthened financially, particularly those schools that exist in Chicano or poor areas. That bilingual, bicultural education, emphasizing and strengthening Chicano social and cultural assets, be adopted as an integral part of public education wherever Chicano students attend school. That a system of school financing, equitable to all persons regardless of social and economic background, be instituted. To this end, we focus on the following. A system of school financing such as the voucher system that allows for equitable distribution of school funds and provides parents and communities with choice and decision-making ability in the educational lives of their children. The adequate financing of parallel and alternative school systems designed to serve the unique needs of Chicano students and communities. And in Colorado, there are 2 schools that this especially addresses itself to. One located in Denver, the Escuela Tlatelolco, the other located in Pueblo, Colorado. That parity for Chicano college students in the state's colleges and universities receive proper legislative, administrative, and financial support and priority. That education for Chicanos in a rural and/or migrant situation receive increased financial support and attention, and that it be controlled by the Chicano community. Housing. We will strive to implement and utilize those resources now available and to pursue those resources necessary to attain adequate housing for La Raza. Within this framework, we direct special attention at the passage and implementation of the necessary zoning laws to ensure the stabilization and improvement of Chicano residential communities, including the proper protection from real estate speculators, urban renewal programs that are contrary to the wishes of Chicano communities. Wherever and whenever necessary, that adequate housing with comparable access and space to the previous housing be made available without extraordinary financial burdens involved. That all low-income housing should meet a minimum level of comfort, convenience, and corresponding features conducive to family living. Strong consideration should be given to the prior resources of the potential occupant so as to ensure that the standard of living progresses. For example, in terms of recreational areas for children, access to transportation, shopping convenience, access to health care, and availability of other services such as laundry facilities. That low-income housing in Chicano areas or built with the purpose of serving Chicanos should be planned, built, and operated by and for Chicanos. And the Raza Unida Party of Colorado will support all actions taken to improve housing conditions of Chicanos and Chicano communities. Economic issues, we again re-emphasize our theme of community control. And we recognize that the lack of ownership, the lack of business ownership by Chicanos in Chicano communities leads to a drain of scarce economic resources existing in Chicano communities and contributes to the disproportionate Chicano unemployment rate. We direct special attention at parity in employment to include such areas as public service, various agencies, unions, governmental work, and the like. 2 things of special consideration. First of all, we resolve a boycott of all Chevron stations and products until the questions and issues surrounding the death of Ricardo Falcón have been satisfactorily answered to us. Secondly, we urge a boycott of Great Western sugar in order to bring awareness to the Chicano nation about the plight of Chicano farm workers, poor farm workers who've worked, toiled, and physically died in the sugar beet fields. We urge the National Partido de la Raza Unida to call for these two boycotts. On the question of drugs, we recognize the exploitive nature of hard drug traffic and its damaging and disrupting effect on Chicano communities and on our youth. We strongly pursue an avenue of complete and immediate elimination of hard drugs from Chicano communities and